Imagine this. You're going through a tough time. You feel low, maybe tired all the time, and everything seems harder than usual. At first, you might tell yourself, it's just a phase, and I'll get through it. But what happens when those feelings don't go away? Well, that's when things can start to get more complicated, especially for your brain. Untreated depression isn't just an emotional burden. It physically changes how your brain works. With this, let us uncover how depression affects your brain and what steps you can take to cope with it. Number 1, impact on brain chemicals. In depression, your brain struggles to produce the right balance of chemicals that control mood and emotions, things like serotonin and dopamine. When they're in short supply, it's like trying to drive a car with a flat tire. It's harder to keep moving forward. This imbalance leads to a lot of the classic symptoms of depression, like feeling hopeless, disconnected, and losing interest in things you used to enjoy. Your brain's chemistry becomes out of sync, which makes it harder for you to feel normal again. Number 2, shrinking brain volume. Studies show that if depression is left untreated over a long period of time, it can actually cause the brain to shrink. So, over time, depression doesn't just mess with how you feel, it can physically alter the structure of your brain. And when your brain starts changing, it can feel like you're losing control. Number 3, impaired cognitive function. You may find it harder to focus, remember things, or even make simple choices. It's like your brain is in a fog, and no matter how hard you try, it's hard to shake it off. This can spill over into daily life, from struggling to keep up at work or school to difficulty keeping up with personal responsibilities. Number 4, increased risk of other health problems. Depression doesn't just affect your mind, it can also impact your body. Untreated depression can increase your risk for chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and even some neurological conditions. And the worst part? It often feels like a never-ending cycle. Your depression affects your body, and the way your body reacts makes the depression worse. And then there's the most serious effect of untreated depression, the risk of self-harm and suicide. Depression, if left unchecked, can cloud your judgment and make you feel like there's no way out. These thoughts are a result of how the brain processes pain and hopelessness, and when untreated, those thoughts can become overwhelming. So what can we take away from this? Untreated depression can physically change your brain, making it harder to think, feel, and live the way you want to. But here's the good news. With the right treatment, whether it's therapy, medication, or a combination of both, your brain can start to heal and you can feel better again. Don't wait for things to get worse. Visit Therapy Mantra or just click the link provided in the description to get connected with a mental health therapist now.